That soup was absolutely delicious. I don't know what that was supposed to be, squash, but I loved it. Thank you. Check, please. Just a check. There's nothing in the, I'm paying you in Bitcoins. It's real. It's called Bitcoins. My digital currency. It's actually a great tip. Washing dishes. Bitcoins. Do you take them? Everybody takes them, right? No? It's okay. It's real. It's real money. I gotta wash dishes. What the f? Hey everybody, and welcome to WTFFTW. Welcome new subscribers. Thank you. I appreciate all you new subscribers. It keeps me going, so please share, like, and fave these videos. We're going to talk this week about Bitcoin, and we're also going to check it out in the podcast below. So look below, check the link. We get into more in-depth discussion, but we're going to talk it over right now with you. What do you all think about Bitcoins? A little bit of an old subject, but Bitcoins basically is a digital currency. It was created by a Japanese man who is anonymous. Nobody even knows exactly who this guy is, and he created a whole new currency system based upon kind of a share and share-alike system. It's a tangible digital payment, and it spreads and it spreads and it spreads like a virus. It was a brilliant concept, and the man created a new currency, which it is not very difficult to create a currency, because currency in itself is just a belief behind a system. How well you believe in the system gives you the value of the very currency that the currency pretends to hold. So what is currency in itself? What is money? This fake paper that I absolutely don't have. I was going to show you my wallet, and I have no money in it. Sorry about that. It's all Bitcoins. Digital. It's all in there. But somebody said to me one day, money is the root of all evil. And I said, that's a very kind of naive concept. It's a very ignorant concept. Let's re-ask the question like this. If money is the root of all evil, what is the root of money? Right? I don't say that money is the root of all evil. I say that money is the root of all good. For it is money that in itself is a tool for mankind to use however it wants to be used. It is a common denominator. It is a tool in which we can base our trades and services, our goods. Without money, you have the barrel of a gun. And man begins to manipulate man instead of manipulating the money. Now, money in itself really has no intrinsic value. The currency itself is only as valuable as the way that the tool is used. If people use it for ill effect, and you have a society that uses it corruptly, the money in itself becomes debased. It becomes less valuable. The Federal Reserve, created in 1913, it was created for good intent. It was created to take all these different currencies and make one currency so that everybody could have a reliable currency. That's what the Federal Reserve is basically made for, is to say, all this currency, blah, this is the currency. Here, everybody deal in this currency. In America in itself, the very phrase make money, to make wealth, to create wealth, came from America. I respect that statement, because before that statement, all wealth was plundered, all wealth was taken by violence, and you would go to a country, Columbus would bring back tons of gold and steel and take from this people, and the first time in America, there was this concept that you could be a self-made man from your own worth. That was the beauty of Americans. That was the beauty of America. It was the first time it had ever happened on the planet. Now, because it's become corrupt and people have found a way to use the money against itself and to take and take and take, and to print and print and print, here's more and more and more and more, and debase the value of the currency, to use it for ill intent, for greed, it's exactly what the money portrays it to be. The money doesn't know any different. It's still money. It's still the tool that we use. If we used it nobly, money really wouldn't be perceived as the evil that it is, the root of all evil. It would not necessarily be evil. Something to think about, everybody. I'm ranting here, but please allow me. So, Bitcoins, a new currency. A new currency, a digital currency, something created by the mind of man. A genius. But the Federal Reserve in itself was created to take all these different currencies in the early 1900s and make it one currency. Governments tend not to like new currencies. It's competitive. You're effing with my currency. And so right now, you're seeing the Winklevoss brothers. Okay, the Winklevimps or the Winkle, excuse me, they're Winkle somebodies. They're two twins, right? These men who are promoting the Bitcoin. They were not the creators. They're promoting it. They want to make a exchange traded fund called an ETF that could be sold on the stock exchange to make the currency more legitimate. The creators, they're not necessarily the creators of Facebook, but they say they were the people who created Facebook. I'll put a picture of these Winklevoss brothers, the handsome, debonair Winklevosses. You know, these men have to be in the forefront and do new things, you know. I'm so sick of this. But anyway, making the Bitcoin more of a reality, making people believe in a new currency. They are doing what countries do to their currencies, making you have a belief in it. When you believe in that paper, it holds value. The money in itself, the currency, is the tool, and the belief goes into it, and the value becomes as valuable as the amount of people that believe in it. The less the people believe in it, the less the money is worth. The Bitcoin went from like $2 per Bitcoin to $12 to $2 for the longest time, and then bang, all of a sudden it shot to $1,000 per Bitcoin. $1,000 per Bitcoin. Boy, now we got a competitive currency. The governments from around the world said, what is this? We can't have this compete with our currencies. It's going to debase our currencies. We can't have everybody around the world believe in this very viral concept created in a digital construct by a Japanese man that is anonymous. The beauty of it. Nobody in the governments around the world are liking it at all. But will it become a reality? Will the Bitcoin become a reality? It's been asked over and over again, and it still exists. Can you stamp it out? Can you stamp it out now that it's there in this new technological environment? It's spreading. Can you stamp that out? Could it happen? If it did happen, what does that say about humanity? What does that say about us? Could the Bitcoin be the global currency? I don't know. Personally, I think the Bitcoin is going to flop because I don't think governments are going to allow it to happen. The currencies in themselves are debased and worthless. At least the dollar is, for the amount of printing that has happened with the dollar. We have no gold to back the dollar. We don't even go off the gold standard anymore. And gold in itself is a tangible, physical, valuable asset. You can drop it on your foot, go ow, and it exists. Money, currency, paper, not like that. Kind of floats like a dream. You gotta believe in it to have value. The more you print, the less it's worth. It's an interesting concept. Let me know what you guys think. Really fun. I enjoyed this one. And I enjoy you guys. Thank you very much for subscribing. Check out the podcast below. We have a great time on the podcast. I love the podcast. Like, fave, share, spread this virally like the Bitcoin, and let's see if we can get this off the ground and make this more tangible as a currency. WTF, FTW coins. I'm going to print them out for you. And a little bit long, but great to think about.